All right, so when you walk around the corner on that day and you see this mess, what goes through your mind?
I thought, what, who, and when?
88-year-old Pat Harrison says those were her exact thoughts when she found more than a ton of mulch dumped in her driveway recently. But who would put it here and why? To find out, let's start from the beginning.
Well, I hand water in about an hour and 15 minutes for all the plants. The rest are on irrigation.
Pat has a lush backyard with a lot of trees. As you can imagine, they need to be trimmed occasionally. So recently, Pat hired a company called Trees for Needs. According to Pat, the company agreed to trim a couple of her trees for a little more than $500, and she mailed them a $100 deposit to secure a date and to get started. So this is the tree right here.
Right.
But before Trees for Needs was to arrive a few days later, Pat contacted the company again, saying she only needed one tree trimmed, and the company agreed to do that job for a total of $400 instead. However, this is where the problem evolves, because once workers showed up and trimmed that lone tree, Pat took exception with how little time it took.
I guided the one man who was clipping. Took him 17 minutes.
Pat says she was satisfied with the trimming, and Trees for Needs tells On Your Side that the workers noted the customer is happy and completely satisfied. But again, Pat claimed $400 for a job that she says took a little more than 15 minutes seemed rather excessive, particularly since she claims only one worker did any trimming.
3 of which didn't do a darn thing, except load up a couple of leaves and go into their truck.
Pat asked for a discounted price, but the company said no. Other than the initial $100 that she already paid, Pat did not pay any more. Trees for Needs tells On Your Side, we will not do business with dishonest people like that, and we will certainly not have our payment held hostage after a job well done. Trees for Needs says they also kept calling Pat, asking for the remaining $300 balance, telling On Your Side, we made several attempts to resolve the matter amicably. But remember that pile of mulch put in Pat's driveway? It was dumped there weeks later, courtesy of Trees for Needs, due to that $300 balance that Pat owes.
I want this company to be held responsible. And if they want to come and pick it up, all's well that ends well.
The owner of Trees for Needs defends dumping all that mulch in Pat's driveway. In an email to On Your Side, the company's owner says, we didn't do it in the dead of night or stealth in any way. We placed the debris in broad daylight in her driveway, just as we advised her 3 times we would do. He went on to say, we told her that she still owes the money. Pat is now relying on friends and neighbors to remove the debris in plastic bags a little at a time. But the pile of mulch has been here more than a month, and Pat says it could have been worse.
I want to thank them that they did not dump it in front of the side where I had my car. So they did.
You're actually thanking the company?
That if they're going to dump, they dumped in the right place. See, there's the mesquite.
And you don't have a mesquite tree?